Now, to give us some more insight into rising prices, how they're hitting us, Nick Bontis joins us now live from McMaster's DeGroote School of Business. And Nick, given an average household, what kind of expenses have really risen in the last months? I've noticed bread's gone up, milk's gone up, gas, of course.
Well, gas, of course, is the main one that everybody talks about. It was $1.03 last year. Today it's about $1.37. That's 35% up. That's a big chunk of money. You had already mentioned heating gas for your home. You know, we were spending $1,500 to heat our home and to heat the water in our home, and that's now gone up over $600. That is another big hit related to the natural resources. On the food side, before I talk about the ones that have gone up, I'll talk about the one that's actually gone down, which is a little bit of a shock. A pound of ground beef is actually 40 cents cheaper today than it was a year ago. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Now, I thought that the price of beef was supposed to go up because of all the grain that's used to feed the animals.
You would think. So just, you know, some things go up, some things go down, but you're absolutely right. Cheese and butter have gone up, eggs, sugar, bananas. One of the things that has gone up the most that we all have in our households is a box of Tide detergent, gone up 50 cents in the last 12 months. So a lot of things are going up.
Now, why is that gone up?
Well, I think it's also one of the issues of supply and demand. I'm not actually sure exactly the powder that goes into Tide, whether or not that's expensive, but evidently Tide thinks they can charge more, and people are still picking it up. It's one of those staples. You got to have detergent in your house, right?
Okay, right. Now, is there a limit as to how high the prices can go?
Well, supply and demand dictates everything. I think gas is going to go up to about $2 a liter, believe it or not, by the time Christmas rolls it down. But the reality is, there's still going to be demand. I still have to go to work. You still have to go to work. So we're still going to take our cars to go to work, most of us. Some of us might stop now going on that 4 or 5 hour trip to the cottage because that's going to cost a little bit more. But we also need to understand, just to make everybody feel a little bit better, we need to understand that gas at about $1.37 is still okay when you look at other countries in the world. If you look at European countries, you know, Greece and Italy, they're now at $4 a liter for gas. But then on the flip side, you look at Venezuela, they're at 7 cents a gallon for gas.
So we're kind of somewhere in the middle then, I guess.
Exactly. And you know, if you're a consumer, the reality is you got to be very careful with where you're spending your money. You know, if you're going to buy food and food's going up, you can't buy the very, very expensive homegrown organic type of food. You might have to end up buying just the normal farmer cheaper type of food. And you got to purchase in bulk too. That'll save you some money. And
then there's also the worry that the average consumer is just going to say, well, I'm just going to, you know what, I'm just going to put that on the credit card instead of paying cash for it.
So there's the big mistake. We are spending 4.5% more this year on consumer expenditures than last year. Just to give you a big macro number, currently all Canadian households have $1.1 trillion in debt. It's an all-time record, all-time. It's very, very scary. The average Canadian spends 124% of their disposable income, which in simple English means we spend 24% more money than we have in our pocket. Very, very bad thing. So if you add mortgages to line of credits to credit cards, you can see where that 24% comes from. So the best advice, obviously, for everybody is you got to pay off your debt every month so you don't get hit by those interest charges, and make sure you get rid of those high interest-bearing vehicles like those credit cards. Pay those off for sure every month.
Okay, Nick Bontis from the DeGroote School of Business at McMaster University. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend.
Happy Friday.